And we continue with the Christmas series, January 7th. Going on a pilgrimage has been on my list. It's there, just way down at the bottom. I recently watched some videos about the Camino Santiago, journeying from the south of France to northern Spain. And you walk the trail, the same that pilgrims have for centuries traversed. Even if you don't buy into the concept of God and miracles and all that, there's still something moving about trekking across the roughened paths to that final destination. The Rick Steves episode is quite informative and does provide sites of interest along the way. But why bother? If you don't believe in God, isn't it a pointless endeavor? Well, I don't think so. We live in the world, and the world moves past us. And people, in their attempt to keep up, become cold and callous. I rage against it, I really do. It's a chance for us to unwind and reorder our perspective. I've been in a malaise for the past 5 years or so. I mean, life hasn't gone down the path I've wanted, and I'm at fault for not having vigorously guided it. Maybe a good reset is in order. I know Lee had been planning a group trip to Japan, but those plans fell through though, and honestly I just need to figure out what life is on my own. I mean, sure, I've been on my own. Somewhat, but I've had friends and family there. To trudge the dirt path for weeks and just press on because you have to, without any lifeline, does sober one up. I've been reading Xenophon's The Persian Expedition, and it's a wonderful adventure story. I mean, after reading so much philosophy, history, and theology, it's nice to return to my roots and read a good adventure story. I mean, those were the books I used to curl up to as a child on a rainy day, or any other day for that matter. I mean, as I read it, I just imagined going on a long and arduous trek, my own Anabasis, as it were, and proclaiming with glee at the end, "The sea! The sea!" If I were to go on a pilgrimage, however, I'd look downright ridiculous wearing a Greek helmet with a spear. Plus, the police might get involved. The closest I've come is walking that Greenway trail at Freedom Park, and that was 6 or 7 years ago. They had created a greenway stretching from Freedom Park all the way to CPCC, right up to Central Avenue, and then it stops. And I thought that was exhausting, but exhilarating. But going on a pilgrimage, as that would be way more intense. But I don't like backing down from a challenge, and this would certainly be one worth the tackle. The only other adventure that could top that is trekking across the United States on foot. I've thought about that for months now, but more to come on that story.